Hi, greetings and salutations. This short video is going to be a response to a comment that I received in a video I made a few years ago. That video is going to be up there underneath the little eye icon if you want to go watch it. A few years ago I took off to the range for a range session, and I punctured a tire on the way home, and I opened up the trunk to get the spare tire out, and there was no spare in the trunk. Instead, there was this little piece of crap made in China, more than likely, cigarette lighter, plug into your cigarette lighter kind of air compressor with a can of Fix-A-Flat attached to it. My problem is those never work. So here's how to fix a puncture in a tire using a plug kit. This particular thing of beauty I got on Amazon, and there will be a link in the description to a kit like this or very similar to. And oh, by the way, it's the 15th of July, and today and tomorrow is Amazon days. Apparently there's a bunch of really cool deals on Amazon. I encourage you to go down through this link and do a little bit of shopping perhaps. That's one way you can help financially support this channel. Doesn't cost you anything extra, but I get a little bit of kickback off that stuff, and all the revenue that I get from Amazon and YouTube goes right back into the channels. Even if you're not a gearhead, this is probably a good thing to have in, even if you've got a spare tire in your trunk, this might be a good thing to have in your trunk right alongside the spare tire to get you on the road quicker. So you run over a nail or a screw or perhaps a 12-volt test light, and you puncture your tire. Oh no, what shall I do? I have a leak. First thing you need to do is to identify the leak. In most cases, you'll hear it hissing. Once you pinpoint the leak, mark it or put your finger on it, come over your handy dandy tire plug kit, and you get your reamer. Your reamer. He said reamer. Because you need to make the hole big enough to accept the plug that you're going to put in here. So you get right in the hole, put it in here. You can do this on the car as well. You don't have to take the tire off. It's considerably easier if you take the tire off, but you can do it on the car too. You might have to get in here and just green the heck out of it. Twist it, turn it, get it in there. Like so. Now, before you extract this, prepare your plug. So you need to get the plug installer and a plug. Notice the plug installer has a little fork on it, and it's got a split in it. You can't really see it all that well, I don't think, but it has a little split on the end. And these are the plugs. And it's like a piece of Kevlar rope or something. It's impregnated with a bunch of sticky goo. What you want to do is stick it in the slot there, pull it through about halfway, so you've got an even amount on both sides like a soul. Now, pull your reamer out. Put your plug in. Push it in, don't twist it, just push it in until it bottoms out. And then with one fell swoop, pull that out. Tire's plugged. Now if you got a utility knife on you, you can take and you can cut that off so it's flush, or you can just run it. There's your tire plug.
Moments later.
You know what you're saying. If you really fix it, you really stop the leak, only one way to find out. You know what they say, If there's no video, it never happened. Fixed. And if you do happen to have one of those little cigarette lighter charged goofy ass air compressors that ain't worth Tinker's damn, go ahead and plug it in and try to pump your tire up a little bit so you're not running on a half inflated tire. And these kits, this one is you can get, you know, a tire plug kit at any major automotive parts store like O'Reilly's or AutoZone. They're usually around $10. This one is a little bit bigger. The plugs are a little bit thicker. It came with more plugs and this case and everything for, I think it was just about 18 bucks. I don't know. The link will be in the description. That's one way that you can avoid sitting on the side of the road trying to call AAA, trying to explain to Jeff in New Jersey where to send the wrecker in Southern Nevada to come get me. That was a frustrating day, I tell you what. If there was a spare tire in the car or a plug kit in the car, I probably could have been on the road in a couple of minutes instead of waiting a couple hours and getting hauled back home on the back of a rollback. Side note, if you do plug your tire, sometimes you'll get a puncture that's bigger than one plug. It's not recommended to use any more than one plug per hole, but in a pickle, and I don't recommend this, and neither does the manufacturer, and neither do the tire companies, but in a pickle, you can use multiples. I think I had to put 3 plugs in that tire that I punctured in the Malibu, and I ran that for another 20 or 30,000 miles before I replaced the tire. I don't recommend that. They don't recommend you plug the sidewall, but if you're out in, like, say, the desert, or you're out in the back country in your 4x4 and you know, push a twig or you puncture a tire on a barrel cactus out here in the desert and it's in the sidewall, in a pinch you can plug the sidewall, but I wouldn't run that at highway speeds for very long, and it probably won't run at highway speeds for very long before the tire buckles and bulges and shakes your truck to pieces. Don't ask me how I know. If you take it to like a tire shop and ask them to plug a leak, and if it's anywhere beyond here, between here and the wheel, they will not plug it. It has to be within the footprint of the tread. So now you know. Just a friendly reminder, the 15th and the 16th, today and tomorrow, Amazon days. Go down and do some shopping. Go through one of the links down in the description. You can help support this channel. I appreciate it. If you do that, you're awesome. If you don't, and you can't afford to do that, we're probably cousins. So until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep powder dry, and have a splendid day. Why did I put a hole in a perfectly good tire? Well, this was manufactured January 7, 2011. It's a pretty old tire. And I found it in the desert, so I don't care. Okay, bye.